Well, this season is bigger and better, and I think that's what we always love about Leverage. Where do we pick up with Parker this season? She seems to be in fine form, just as always, wanting to
Yeah.
steal and disappointed that they haven't done it in 3 weeks.
That's right. I think she's always itching to go. She's an adrenaline junkie who wants to be shot out of a cannon at any moment, and she is game. So I think, if anything, she goes into the season ready for more action. You'll see some development with her and Hardison. There's a really, really fun episode called The Date Night Job. We got to play and have so much fun. And you finally get to see Hardison and Parker on a date, which is exciting. And one of my favorite stunts is also in that episode. And just a lot of playful, fun, emotional stuff. It was great.
Everyone seems to be from the team connecting with Brianna in their own way this season. What
Mm.
kind of influence does Parker have on her?
I think that, the cool thing is Parker, when Hardison left and said, I'm leaving her with you, and Parker was all freaked out about it. I'm not a parent. I don't want to do that. You really kind of get that, like, oh yeah, Parker's way is to just allow Brianna to be who she is and empower her to be the magic that she is, right? So this season we pick up and Brianna is full tilt leader, running stuff, in charge, and Parker is just in full support of it, still looking out for her, obviously. But the thing I love, and I hope we get to explore more, and knock on wood, we get to keep doing this, is the playfulness and the shenanigans, because I think Brianna and Parker, when they get together, it's like two peas in a pod a little bit. And now that Brianna's had time to acclimate, Parker, she is going to throw out some wild ideas like, you want to do this? Let's go. And I love that Brianna and Elise, as the actor, is always down to play with that. And I love that she's into it. And she, whether it's Elliot fighting, she wants to go do that with him, and she wants to do what I do. I love that stuff. And I think it's like really fun to watch characters misbehave and that, like, get into shenanigans. So I hope we get to do more of that together.
I think there's this giddiness about every job for her is still like the first one, or almost it's like, she's where she thrives. It's obviously where she thrives, but to be doing it in such for a good cause at this point is kind of uh, a full 180 for her. She's become a whole different person. Looking back, how do you see that she's evolved through the years?
Yeah, I think, in the original series, Parker had to learn how to get along with others and how to accept her role in a family and be accepted into a family. That was, a huge struggle for her growing up in the foster care system. She became a lone wolf in her profession. And, I think she had to be dangerous. She had to live by her instincts. And, she's still got to have elements of all of that. And I think, I never want to normalize Parker. I never want to take away those things that we all love her for, So I think that's always when I read something, I want to make sure that if it's a wild line, it makes sense for her in the way that it should. There's got to be a reason for everything. Even if nobody else sees it, I have to believe that that's something she would say. And I also, I think now we have to believe that she could be a leader and that a team would feel safe with her at the helm. So I think we're establishing that with her. We're establishing that she can keep it together enough so that everyone wants to be there and show up and do their best, but they're also still a little terrified of crossing her or whatever, right? So you have to kind of play that balance and allow her to have fun. This is the thing. She loves money. She loves stealing. None of that's gone away. She loves being dangerous, and she likes fire. She likes scaring, the bad guys and threatening them with tasers. Like you said, she's not afraid to inflict a little pain to those who deserve it. So she's growing in some ways, and then in other ways, she's still, her manner of tutoring and counseling is sometimes still, a little, oh, okay, that's what she means. She actually is trying to help, but the way it comes out isn't always the most tactful, which I love.
I mean, Parker has some of the best lines because, God love her, if there's not some sort of element of danger or harm for other
Yeah,
people
yeah,
involved,
yeah,
then maybe
exactly.
she doesn't want to be a
Yeah.
part of it. The episodes continue to get better and better, and everyone has a favorite Leverage episode. Do you have a particular favorite one?
Oh, wow. I remember the stork job being one of my absolute favorites from the original iteration of the show. Um, I would say that is still probably one of my top episodes. Rashomon job was always that as there's so it's like picking a favorite child, isn't it? Like it's too hard. But I like it when we get to change the pattern up. I mean, we dive into all these different worlds every episode, which is super cool. But I really do love the ones where we kind of get to go off on this other thing. Yeah, there's so many good ones.
What do you think it is about Leverage that just continues to make it such a fan favorite series, even to this day?
I feel like it's one of those things where you fall in love with these characters and we watch them grow. So it makes you feel a part of something. It makes you feel like you're part of a community, right? Like in the way these characters fell into a life with each other, so did our audience. And I think there's comfort when you go to turn something on and you feel like these characters and you love them and you can't wait to see what they get into next. There's like a comfort to that. And I think it's, the obvious thing is, look, there's a lot of stuff going wrong in the world right now. And to see a team actually being in charge of like making it go right and doing something about it and fighting the bad guys, going for the good guys, like it's validating and fun and all of those things. You can watch it with your whole family. But I think ultimately it's like that connection you feel with these characters. There's like a beautiful kind of inclusion and ownership that comes with being a really good loyal fan or whatever. And it's like all the reasons I love these characters so much. So that's what I would say.
Well, I still think it's such a beautiful series, and you said it so well that what makes it such a fan favorite after all this time is that there's heart, there's action, there's intensity. There's still though grounded in that mission to make rights better for people who have been hurt, and I think we all need that more than more than ever at this
More
time.
than
And
ever, for sure. Yeah.
I'm grateful that I get a chance to chat with you about this character that's
Oh, thanks.
still one of my favorites after all these years.
Oh,
And
good. I'm
I'm
so glad.
so glad I get to explore her with you. And continue to explore her more and more. So thank you for coming back again and
Yes.
for speaking with me today.
Thank you, Jamie. So nice to meet you again
Nice
and
to meet
see
you. Please
you and
stay
all the things. Okay, take care.